Hi, and welcome, John Morris Show on a Tuesday. Glad you are with us this morning. TFNB Studios, historic Elm Avenue in Waco. We appreciate your being with us today. If you're watching live in the 9 a.m. hour, maybe archived another time of the day, your preference, whenever is good for you. But we're glad you are here. Quick trip to Houston yesterday. We talked about it yesterday, and a really, really cool event last night. It was held at the Rustic in Houston. This is right off 610, if you know that area. And Garrett, is a really cool place. Mm-hmm. It's just a kind of an indoor-outdoor thing. Now, the garage doors were pulled down because it's a little steamy in Houston this time of year. But a stage, and apparently they have live music there on a regular basis. And it was great. It was a perfect setting for this. There's a look at it right there. So that's the way it was set up last night in the stage, as we had Coach Dave Aranda there. We had Joe Klanderman, the defensive coordinator. We had Jake Spavital, the offensive coordinator. So that was the setup there at the Rustic in Houston, a really good Baylor crowd. We had the whole place. So for this event, it was all Baylor. And a good group. I mean, a lot of former players came by there. There's a look back toward the setup. So up closest to the stage, there are those picnic tables. And if you look closely, that's gravel.
Oh, nice.
That's on the floor up closest to the stage. So I guess the picnic tables are moved out of the way, and that's the dance floor at the Rustic, which we could have done last night. You know, that's okay at Baylor now, but a really, really great setting, and everybody, and just to be there in Houston. I said some of the Baylor alums were there, and football players. There's a look with us on stage with Coach Aranda, Coach Klanderman, Coach Spavital, and they were just great. This coincided with the high school coaches convention, which is going on in Houston. You know what the number is? I found out from these guys. You know how many coaches are there for that convention?
Oh, in Texas?
Yeah.
Probably over 1,200.
Yeah, higher. Go higher.
Higher than 12?
Yeah. Yes.
18?
Go way higher.
Oh, goodness.
18,000.
Oh,
18,000.
Okay.
How about that?
Yeah, that's a little different.
Yeah. So I knew it was a big number, and I might have guessed like you did, but I asked our coaches, and they said, oh, yeah, it's they told us some 18,000 came in. But they said actually 17,250 was the number they were told. And the 18 came from, I think, World Cup people who were down there watching the World Cup. And they said that downtown area was just around the convention center was just unbelievable. Like you couldn't get in any restaurant. You couldn't get around because of all that. But the number is actually 17,250 coaches that are there for the coaching convention.
That's a lot. I mean, because didn't it used to be just football? And I think they've expanded it now. That might be what I was thinking.
That's true.
I was like, man, that's a lot of football coaches.
You're right.
No, I mean, it makes sense. Like, and I like that you can get everybody together. You can pick each other's brain. While you might be coaching different sports, but at the end of the day, you're just still trying to mold young people and make them the best human beings that they can be. So I think that's a good aspect and a good way to cross over and cross promote your program.
Yeah, that's true. Good seminars, that apply to football, to volleyball, to soccer, to other sports and other coaches too. So really, really, we were kind of in the heart of it there last night. And some of the coaches that are Baylor alums, well, they had a deal on Sunday night for Baylor alums that are in coaching that were there, and they had a good number there. And then some of those guys came again on Monday last night, like Rodney Smith from University High School. Rodney was there, one of his assistants. Santana Dotson was there. He's not coaching, but Santana was there, and that's a big presence when he walks in the room. I asked, who was I talking to? Oh, Aaron Hunt on the Baylor staff. I said, do you know Santana? He said, no, I need to talk to him. I said, where is he? And I said, he's sitting down over there. He said, yeah, if he was standing up, I'd be able to see him.
We'd be able to pick him off.
So Santana was there, and some other Baylor, obviously alums, but letter winners were there also, and just a great event.
I have a question for you.
All right, hit me.
So going back to this one picture where y'all are all on the stage.
Okay.
And Coach Klanderman is pointing. What is is he Is he getting at you on something? What do you remember the context of that?
I do not exactly.
Okay.
What would that be?
He's looking like he's all excited and pointing, and you're laughing. I was just wondering what that might have been.
You know, what I think it might have been was him pointing out Santana in the crowd.
Oh, that would make sense.
Yeah, maybe that was it. Like they were talking about, Coach Klanderman was talking about, I asked him about the defensive line, and he said, yeah, we got room for that guy right there. We could get him.
Get some extra years of eligibility.
Yeah, and Santana says he's back in the back, and he holds up one finger. I said, what does that mean? Is that one game or is that one play?
Yeah, what do we got?
He says one play. And I said, we'll take it. We'll take one play from Santana Dotson. So that's probably what that is.
That's good.
Kind of the direction he's looking. So we asked Coach Klanderman, you know, who's new at Baylor this year. His background is he grew up in Minnesota and then has coached most recently at Kansas State, was the defensive coordinator at Kansas State. And I said, they have coaches conventions like this in Minnesota? And he said, nothing like this. Said, I don't even think we have a coaches convention.
They probably do one for hockey up there.
Yeah,
the state of hockey.
Yeah,
just have a big coaches convention for that.
that would maybe fill up a room for sure. But he was great. Coach Klanderman was great. He's really high on this defensive line. I think, you know, he doesn't want to oversell it, but he likes what he's seen so far. And that was just through the spring and, you know, now summer workouts. And they'll get their hands on him when practice starts in a couple of weeks. But I think he's really high on these defensive linemen.
No, they've done a good job of assessing talent and bringing it in. It's just I don't like being in the situation where you have to wait for the eligibility of Hosea Wheeler to be granted. You know, and I wish that would come sooner rather than later. Everybody obviously does. But hopefully when he's talking about that, it's with the context of with or without Hosea that we are still solid.
Okay, here's exactly what he said last night because it caught my attention. He said, we're going to be good in the defensive front with or without Hosea.
Okay,
good. All right.
I'm glad he addressed that.
Right, exactly. So I didn't ask that question, but just ask about the line. But he said exactly what you wanted to hear from him.
Nice.
So I think very good there. Jake Spavital is great to visit with. I asked him one question. I said, so I keep saying this. You tell me if this is true, that DJ Lagway is a really good fit for your offense, and your offense is a really good fit for him. Is that accurate? And he kind of looks at me and he says, yeah, anybody that's 6'5", 230, can throw the ball 85 yards. He's a good fit for my offense. So he was kind of, why are you asking that question? You know, but I have heard that, and I think that's right, that DJ fits this offense maybe better than what he ran or what he was a part of at Florida.
If you look at it, it was one of those things where this does fit him better. He also was playing behind an offensive line that just wasn't up to par to be able to compete and keep him healthy, which ultimately led to the injuries. But I think he'll be in a better situation and more comfortable here in Waco.
Yeah, I asked about the offensive line. That's a real key.
Yeah.
He said they're still coming together. They're all new faces, or not all, but for the most part, new faces up there. So they'll have that work to do once practice begins. I asked Coach Aranda about the statement they had made the day before. I said, you made a comment about NIL and a ceiling and a floor, and that's gotten a lot of traction. And he said, yeah, I got that from Doug McNamee, which was pretty good. He said, yeah, great. It's true. It's absolutely true. But I got that from Doug. So what he said was basically and he was sitting on a dais with Joey
Sark and Elko and Joey and all of them.
Sitting up there with them. And he said, for some, the floor is the ceiling. For others, he didn't look at him when he said that, I'm sure, but that did get a lot of play, and he's right. He's absolutely right. He should keep saying that. Make sure people know that.
It's just like I don't know what we can do to fix it. Like it feels like the hay's out of the barn so much, and it's not just the individual teams, man, but it's like the gap between the conferences, you just can't make that up.
Yeah. And I asked him about the 5 for 5, which is the new rule. He said he loves it.
Everybody should.
Yeah. Yeah. So the new rule that will go into effect is you have 5 years to play, and your clock starts when you enter school or when you're 19, I guess.
And
right.
I believe I need to go back and double check this, but I'm almost positive Lagway is one of the players that's eligible to still have 3 years
to get another year, basically.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
That.
And that is a question. So is this retroactive, to guys? And I think it should be. If you're in school now,
correct,
it should be, your clock is 5 years wherever you are on that path.
Right.
So, but it was just great last night. Those coaches were great. It's fun to be with them. Coach Aranda was so he was just walking around the room visiting with everybody. He didn't stand in a corner.
Right.
Not that he would. I mean, he knows that's part of his job is to visit with these people. But at one point I looked over there and there's a family of 4 that's seated at a table. They were there kind of early. Coach Aranda pulls up a chair and sits down with them. So it was really cool, and everybody appreciated that. And good group there last night. Mike Sims, Santana Dotson was there last night at the dinner in Houston. So still big. He's still big. Looks like he could still play. We need defensive guys like him. But that was so a very cool event last night. Well done by Baylor alumni, Baylor engagement. That's Paul Thorpe. That is Doug Furch. That is Tessa Jamerson. And it was at the Rustic in Houston. So very good there. So we had one event with football in Dallas on July 7th around the Big 12 Media Days. And we had this one in Houston last night around the high school coaches convention there in Houston. All right, we're off and running on a Tuesday. Guests in studio. Jacob, good to see you. And Mike Sims are going to join us after a break. Good information coming up. This is a good information alert. So stay with us, and we'll have that when we come back. John Morris Show brought to you by Alliance Bank, Central Texas. That is your Central Texas business bank. 7 locations to serve you better around the area. Also on the web at alliancebanktexas.com. Check it out, Alliance Bank, Central Texas. Take a break. Back with more John Morris Show right after this.
Morrison's Gifts, Waco's oldest family-owned gift store, wants to ask a question to the guys out there. Don't you just love gift giving? Does John Hart, Consuela, or Jellycat mean anything to you? If not, at Morrison's, we have your answers and your back. For 47 years, we have guided men and you ladies through the trauma of selecting the right gift for the right person. Come and see us at 4312 West Waco Drive in the Brazos Square Center, close to Jason's Deli. That's Morrison's Gifts, owned by a proud Baylor Bear.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
It's the premier charity event of the year, the 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, presented by Ascension Providence. A fun evening filled with great food and drink, dancing, a spectacular auction, and more. This year's theme is Nashville Nights, Neon Lights, and Bullfights. Get your tickets now, donate, or be a sponsor. Help support the American Cancer Society to find a cure. The 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, October 24th at MCC Highlander Ranch. For more information, go to CentralTexasCattleBaronsBall.org.
Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people. From first accounts to business growth, they actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Welcome back, John Morris Show on a Tuesday. Look at this guy. Mike Sims is with us. Welcome in. Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics. Baylor, Scott and White.
There you go.
Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics. Longtime Baylor. How many years at Baylor? How many was it?
I worked there 36 years.
36. Unbelievable. Member of the Baylor Athletic Hall of Fame, and now at Southwest Sports Medicine.
Yep.
Good to see you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming in. You got, is your summer going well?
It used to quiet down some in the summer, but now we have so much stuff going on.
Really?
Every working out, it doesn't slow down anymore.
Same. Makes it fly by too,
Makes
doesn't it? You have a seminar coming up we want to let people know about for trainers only in this area.
We do through the clinic. We have the different athletic trainers will come in. We go over different emergency procedures, different emergencies that happen on the football field. Obviously, that season's coming up. And then we have stuff coming in. We'll have talking about heat illnesses and like that, and have our doctors. We'll talk to them about doing different exams and stuff. So kind of getting ready for the upcoming football and volleyball and cross country season.
Good. Clinic is July 28th. That's next week. We'll put up a graphic here. I think it's got a QR code on there. Well, there's your doctors first. Look at that group. That continues to grow, doesn't it?
It's growing, getting more and more, and getting more and more specialties too. Which just helps take care of the athletes around this area a lot better.
Which is good. And there is the flyer about the sports medicine workshop, the clinic. And is there a QR code or is there an address people should?
If they're the trainers there, they know how to contact us to get with us.
Okay.
They just holler at the clinic, holler at one of us.
Oh, they know. I mean, they know how to get in touch with you.
They know how to get in touch with us.
Very good. July 28th. You do want them to register ahead of time, though. And it is, we should point out, for trainers only. This is not for Garrett and I to come by and just kind of learn from you.
It'll be a little advanced for that. Probably.
Do you remember the time I sat in on one of your classes?
One of my classes.
I did. It was fun. Jacob Puente is here. Did you know that? I sat in on one of Mike's classes one time. Yeah,
I didn't get to give him a grade though. He just said it.
That was part of the deal, that you couldn't give me a grade. But it was when I was working at Channel 10, and I thought, I'm going to be around you. I'm going to be around trainers and around sports, and I want to just learn a little bit. It was great. I learned a lot. Yeah.
And you have grandkids. You have to know about it with grandkids too.
Oh, that's true. Who's in that class? The one I was Ty Davidson.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was. I don't remember who else, but it was good.
That's fun. That's always fun teaching that class.
Yeah, very fun. So what are some of the things that some of the information people can get if they're part of this workshop?
Well, nowadays the big deal we're worried about is different emergency situations, which heat has to be one of them. That's one of the big ones. Just the different new ways to take care of it and try to prevent it. That the National Federation of State High School Associations just came out with the deal that the heat is the number one cause of it.
Wow.
Even to the point of you should have a separate workout area still set up just for your linemen alone, because they're more likely to overheat than the other guys are. So that's something you have to worry about. And that is most time it's preventable. Sometimes there's some underlying medical conditions you don't know about, but most time it's preventable and that type of deal. So we try to protect that. And now with the new UIL rules coming in, coaches are scrambling of when to work out, when it fits. I mean, sometimes it just doesn't get cool enough any time of the day.
Yeah, right.
To really work out. So that's an issue they're dealing with.
What are some of the new UIL rules?
Well, you have you use what's called a wet bulb globe temperature. Yeah. You use a temperature, humidity, radiation.
You've done that forever, haven't you?
We've done that quite a bit on our deal. And a lot of people have used heat index, but the wet bulb globe is a lot better, more involved in this, developed by the military a long time ago. And so they've used it for that. But that tells how much your body can handle this heat stress. And so we're doing those measures. Well, now it's a rule. Everybody has to have that. You can either have a measurement at your site. You can have a place around it to log into where you can get offline. The best one is to have one at your site, because it can vary so much just from walking a couple hundred yards from where you are, depending on what the situation is.
And the wet bulb, tell us again, it measures everything, right?
It measures humidity, temperature, wind, radiation temperature from the sun. And
okay. So that would be a better indicator than temperature for sure, but even better than a heat index.
Yeah, it does a lot more involved in it. Heat index is just temperature and humidity.
Yeah.
And so it involves a lot more than that. And then it can show how much your body's handling the heat stress.
I got you.
Good for that.
Any other rules that are coming in related to that?
This is the big deal where if you see a certain category, and they have certain categories depending on where you are in the state, on which group you're in, and they'll decide what your limits are. And with the limits, you'll have to either go in from cutting practices down to limiting the amount of equipment you wear, all the way to shutting practice down altogether.
Wow, really?
So it gets pretty serious. So that's why you notice a lot of the schools are starting to put their workouts in the morning so they can get them in.
Yeah.
Because hot part of the afternoons when you're used to working out, it just doesn't always work that way.
Right. And we've said this for years, but the old two-a-days, I mean, those are just dinosaurs, aren't they?
Yeah,
things of the past.
You don't see two-a-days anymore.
Right.
And And for a couple reasons. One reason is that everybody stays in shape year round. Used to get in shape for your season. If season with you wouldn't do anything, but now, even if you're just doing one or two sports, you still stay in shape year round for that deal. So that makes a big difference. I know that summer workouts were pretty much unheard of.
Yeah.
And now it's a norm.
That's right. Like, this at Baylor, the majority of the teams here doing summer workouts now. Yeah. It's not mandatory, but you're missing out if you're not here.
Well, if you're not here either at Baylor or at high school, if you're not here at summer workouts, then you won't be seeing them on Friday or Saturday.
Yeah, that's exactly right. What other things at the workshop do you pass along that are helpful?
Well, one thing we do is just how we handle getting appointments for the athletes and how we deal and interact with the different athletic trainers. I always tell the athletic trainers that my job is to make them look good because that helps us out with the clinic, but also it helps to get better care of the athletes and get them in and out a lot quicker. We'll start going through at our clinic. We'll do Saturday morning clinics. Just people who get hurt on Friday nights, either football or volleyball, or even some Thursday night athletes, and try to get those taken care of and kind of get them either get the treatment process started earlier, or kind of let the coaches know, okay, this guy is or isn't going to be ready for Friday night.
Yeah. You've done that for a few years, haven't you? The Saturday morning clinic.
We get a lot of good success out of that deal. And it's a real good service that we do for the schools because, if you had an offensive lineman that gets hurt, he's going to miss a week. You'll put some in his place. He's going to miss 4 or 5 weeks. You might move 5 or 6 people around. It's not just a plug and play all the way around. So that's one thing that we do. And that's one thing that's good about our doctors because they're used to working with athletes and they understand the concept.
Yeah. How busy are you on a normal Saturday morning during the season?
It really varies. And I've done the stats on it the last few years. There's no kind of pattern. We've had as many as 31, 32 people on a Saturday. And usually it's 15, 20, something like that.
Yeah. So 36 years at Baylor. How many years at Southwest Sports Medicine?
9 years.
Is that right? You've been gone 9 years?
Yep.
Is that right? But think about how, since you came as a young pup student trainer under Skip Cox, think about from that day till now, how your area, your business has changed.
We do a lot more stuff. Used to, you'd tape a few ankles and get them ready to go, and somebody got hurt, they'd sit out until they could run well and put them back on the field. Now we do so much more testing. That was even back before MRIs.
Yeah.
And even some of the procedures the knee scope was just starting to come about when we first started. So a lot of things have changed as far as how we treat and what we take care of. And then the heat is more of a problem now for a couple of reasons. One, the athletes are bigger and stronger and faster. And so they generate heat a lot better. But also, that's before a lot of them had air conditioner. If they did, they stayed out in the summer outside all the time in the summer. So people came back in shape.
Yeah. Your area, that area of training and health and safety, you're smarter now too, aren't you? Smarter about things.
Well, we try to take care of that. It's a lot better. It used to, with the old two-a-days especially, it was just survival of the fittest. You'd beat people up. If you made it through, then we could play. If not, you'd sit on the side and watch. Well, now we've got so much more invested in the athletes as far as time, as far as exercise, nutrition, everything else, even up to the point of just the financial investment you make in getting an athlete to the point of playing, it's not worth risking a lot of put them in a situation because you can't just plug and play because there's a big difference in the level of talent and what you've got invested in. You still want to just hurt them on something.
Yeah. One small thing that's a big thing is like at what was then Baylor Stadium, then Floyd Casey was turf. And y'all would practice on the turf all the time. You really didn't have a grass field option.
No, we didn't have much. We finally came up in the latter years we were there.
Right.
But we first got to get practice on the turf. We'd actually have to keep a little water hose going on the side because the athletes' feet would get so hot they'd come over and walk on through the little water puddle trying to get their feet wet, but the bottom part would cool it off some just to see what it was like.
Yeah.
And so then the heat would hold the temperature up. And also, without any down in a bowl, you're not a lot of air.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's where we started doing a lot of the radiation temperature. That's where you see your higher numbers on the radiation temperature.
Yeah, that was brutal. You know about the catapult, that the guys wear now, and maybe some girls do it too. It measures a lot of things over the course of a practice. Have you seen that?
Yeah, what it does, it's allowing you to fine tune your practice to your athlete and how well the athlete's handling it. I've always thought for years that if you go to a practice for so long, you get to the point where you're just trying to survive the practice. You're not worried about, trying to what you're learning or anything like that. That goes out the window. Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to survive till the next whistle blows, the next water break, or until something's going on, until I get out of there. And once you put that point, you might as well stop practice. Well, that allows you to push it a little more without overworking the athletes.
I got you. And what Baylor does now, and you know this, is they've got the indoor facility. Thank you to the Allisons for the indoor facility. But they will do some practice outdoors, take a break, go in, not take a break, but go indoors for a few segments, and then they'll finish back outside. That's a plus, isn't it?
Well, it makes a difference because you allow the athletes to cool off, and again, it increases your teaching deal. Everybody was wondering for years why Tom Landry would take the Dallas Cowboys to Thousand Oaks, California, because it's about 15 to 20 degrees cooler out there.
Yeah.
So you can work out for 2 to 3 hours rather than going for an hour and a half and then having to take a break or have people drop out and stuff. So he was well ahead of his time on that part of it.
Very good. So things have changed a lot. There's just more. I'm not saying y'all didn't care about the student athletes, the football players way back, but there's more care and concern about them, and you have better ways to track keeping them safe.
Well, we're smarter at taking care of what we do with them. You know, when we first started, you'd throw them out and, run a practice, they get hurt, wrap it up, and send them back out again. And now we're concerned about more things as far as nutrition, as far as proper rest, as far as mental health, and also those are all the things that are relatively new to the profession that we're really starting to work with. And that's too is not just an athletic problem. That's a kid that's an age problem.
Yeah.
And so we're dealing with having to deal with a lot of those situations, which were totally unheard of back when we first started.
You mentioned this part of it, isn't it? People back in the day, they were outside a lot more. They were more acclimated to the heat. Air conditioning wasn't as prevalent. Now if you're inside, you're in air conditioning, and you're inside a lot more.
Well, you're inside, outside we used to do the day where the best water you get was out of the garden hose beside the house, and you weren't allowed back in the house.
Right.
And so that's the biggest difference is that people are just inside in there, but also they're a lot bigger and a lot stronger. The athletes are a lot bigger than they used to be. And again, that retains more body heat, so you have to work with them more.
Yep. Mike Sims with us. I'd like to say this. He has touched more Baylor student athletes than anyone in history. I think that's fair. And now at Baylor Scott and White, Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics. Tell everybody the scope of what you all have there. You got a lot of different areas.
Yeah, we have a lot of specialists. What we do, we have 3 sports medicine surgeons that take care of it. We have 4 primary care sports medicines. They do the non-surgical orthopedics and also do the concussions and take care of that. We have a couple of hand specialists that are there. We even have some doctors who do total joints that are really well known for that, and then total back and spine. So we take care of a lot of different issues, try to take care of everything that we can do with the athletes. And we do, we do take care of all age people, but our primary goal for what my part of it is taking care of the athletes.
Gotcha. And am I right, Jacob? Am I right? It's the Mike Sims Rehab Center, or what's the name? Yeah, rehabilitation area named after you. That's nice.
Does that mean I'm supposed to go work out there?
Yeah, your name's on the wall. You can do whatever you want.
I get my exercise, take care of my friends that exercise.
That's really cool. All right. Again, let's throw up that graphic about the clinic, the workshop that's coming up July 28th. And this is for trainers only. How would you extend that if I say trainers?
It's the athletic trainers that work mostly in the high schools or junior colleges around this area.
Okay.
We're trying to help them, just to educate them on processes that's going on.
Yeah. So that's coming up on July 28th. Register there. You should have gotten an email about it, and be sure and register before the event that is coming up on July 28th. I was just reminded, I saw Becky Lindsay last week, and she said, "Hey, John, if you'd ever be interested in a segment on health and all that," said, "I've been on the sidelines a bunch." She'd be good at that, wouldn't she?
She'd be a lot of fun, yeah.
She was a huge.
Oh, she was great. She really cared about the athletes.
Yeah.
I have a lot of people that would always come up and want to do something on Saturdays. Well, she's there Sunday through Friday also. That's where the big difference is.
Yeah, that's really cool. Well, good to see you. Family doing okay?
Doing great.
All right. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
All right. Jacob Puente behind the scenes. Good to see you also. Southwest Baylor, Scott and White, Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics, and great partners of ours. And the clinic is coming up on July 28th. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Mike Sims. That's it, Mike Sims. And we'll take a break. We've got more. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
The Pete Souza Show, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. You want to talk NFL draft? I don't know. How about we get you Todd McShay? You want to talk Big 12? We can get you the commissioner. Somebody about the Cowboys? How about we have on the owner, Stephen Jones? Pop culture? Michelle Beadle. I mean, we will bring on the people that you want to hear from. And these people don't join us because of me. They join us because of you. You got to watch this show, okay? It's got everything you need. Sports, hijinks, laughs. Did I mention hijinks? We'll see you on the Pete Souza Show. Now, we are under the 365 Sports umbrella. Check it out. I'm wearing a Tulane shirt. No idea why.
It's the Pete Souza Show. Sports, Pete.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
It's the premier charity event of the year, the 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, presented by Ascension Provident. A fun evening filled with great food and drink, dancing, a spectacular auction, and more. This year's theme is Nashville Nights, Neon Lights, and Bullfights. Get your tickets now, donate, or be a sponsor. Help support the American Cancer Society to find a cure. The 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, October 24th at MCC Highlander Ranch. For more information, go to CentralTexasCattleBaronsBall.org.
Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people. From first accounts to business growth, they actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
And we welcome you back. John Morris Show on a Tuesday. We're brought to you by the Brazos Landing. Oh, back open. Let's see, hour and a half from now, they'll be open for the day, for the week. Closed on Mondays, open Tuesday through Sunday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. at the Brazos Landing, where I-35 and the Brazos River meet. Check it out. Check out that great $12 lunch menu and the late afternoon menu with some great prices available there as well. You can sit inside. You can sit outside in the Swamp Shack. You can sit on the porch. Becky Lindsay is very proud of the porch, the new area there, right out overlooking the Brazos. So check it out at the Brazos Landing, open Tuesday through Sunday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Good to visit with Mike Sims. A lot of history there. Mike, again, came into Baylor when Skip Cox was the trainer. And Garrett, he was the trainer for Baylor Athletics. One guy.
One solo?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So think about how that has changed through the years. Mike came in and started working with him as a student assistant, and then was hired full-time, and then it doubled. So it was Skip and Mike as the training staff at Baylor, and they thought, wow, man, there's 2 of us now, you know, it wasn't just one. And now you look at it now, and there's basically a trainer assigned to every sport, and multiple for some sports, obviously, like football. But it's just changed so much through the years from one guy, Skip Cox, doing it, and then 2, Mike and Skip, to now so many more, which is the way it should be, you know, to take care of the student athletes.
No, I mean, when you think about the number of student athletes, and I'm sure that number has probably increased significantly since back then, roster sizes and everything. Then more sports too. Like you keep adding sports as well. So to get everybody, and he brings up a good point about the investment now. Like there's so much money going into these athletes that you like. I think different scenarios or injuries in the past that you could have said, okay, well, that's not that serious. We'll just keep playing, or we're not going to mention it. You can't risk that anymore.
Right.
So now you have to be really diligent with what you do. So I think that's important to have a team around him that like they've been able to establish. But yeah, to think that there was just 2 to now is fascinating.
Right. It really is. And if Craig Harper's watching, he'll remember this story. But Mike was a trainer, and he succeeded Skip. Mm-hmm. So when Skip retired, and he's now passed away, but when Skip retired, Mike succeeded him, and then the numbers continued to grow. David Chandler and so many others, in the training staff through the years. But Mike was also we called him Mr. Inspector Gadget, because if something needed to be fixed, or if something needed to be jimmied a little bit, to make it work, Mike was the guy. Nice. To the point that one time we're doing a football game at Floyd Casey Stadium, and it may have been back when it was Baylor Stadium. It may have been way back. And Frank and I would always keep an eye on Mike on the sidelines, because there was, usually something going on. Yep. So the scoreboard went out at Baylor Stadium. And I think Frank said, "Oh, we need to get Mike Sims on that." I think he said that. And sure enough, we're watching Mike on the sidelines. Scoreboard goes out, middle of the game, and he leaves the sidelines, runs over. No way. And you remember the scoreboard, the big one at the south end, of Floyd Casey Stadium. And you see him, go up this little ladder up into the scoreboard, and all of a sudden, it pops back on. Insane. Mike comes back out and goes back on the sidelines. I am telling you the truth. Mike was probably the only person on site that could do that. That's to know crazy. Where to go to get up into the scoreboard, and to know what to do when he got there.
That's funny.
Isn't that great?
That's great.
That's Inspector Gadget to a T right there. And there's so many other examples of that. But Mike's been very, very good at his job for many years. 36 years at Baylor, and as he said, 9 years now with Baylor, Scott and White, Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll look ahead. We'll share some birthdays. We'll wrap things up on this Tuesday morning. We're pleased you're with us. We're brought to you by Toe King of Waco, here to help the next time you're stuck on the road. Locally owned and operated, owned and family-run business. That's Gary Hoffman. Toe King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with highly trained operators. Toe King of Waco is a company you can count on. Give them a call. Put their number in your phone. When you need them, 254-666-5484. 254-666-5484 for Toe King of Waco. Take a break. Back right after this.
The Pete Souza Show, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. You want to talk NFL draft? I don't know. How about we get you Todd McShay? You want to talk Big 12? We can get you the commissioner. Somebody about the Cowboys? How about we have on the owner, Stephen Jones? Pop culture? Michelle Beadle. I mean, we will bring on the people that you want to hear from. And these people don't join us because of me. They join us because of you. You got to watch this show, okay? It's got everything you need. Sports, hijinks, laughs. Did I mention hijinks? We'll see you on the Pete Souza Show. Now, we are under the 365 Sports umbrella. Check it out. I'm wearing a Tulane shirt. No idea why.
It's the Pete Souza Show. Sports, Pete.
Lake Waco Golf Club is a semi-private facility nestled along the north point of Lake Waco. One of the few facilities in Texas to have a full 18-hole regulation golf course as well as an executive 18-hole par 3 golf course. Plus, check out their bar and grill, which is open to the public. And if you're not a golfer, then enjoy time by the pool or even enjoy fishing around Lake Waco. Become a member today and call to book your tee time. Lake Waco Golf Club, where family and friends fun begins. Check them out at lakewacogc.com for more information.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
Make this the summer event at Allen Samuels Jeep in Waco. Be among the first to see and drive the all-new 2026 Jeep Cherokee, delivering up to 37 miles per gallon. Or drive home a new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo with your choice of 0% financing for 36 months or 2.9% for 84 months. Or save $9,000 off MSRP. Don't miss these incredible summer savings at Allen Samuels.
Come by, let's be friends.
This year, I made a New Year's resolution. I want every business to own a new copier from CTWP. Call me, Hero the Copier Dog. Let's get you a copier delivered today. CTWP, your local copier company.
Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people. From first accounts to business growth, they actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Welcome back. Final segment, John Morris Show on this Tuesday. Glad you're with us. Brought to you by Lake Waco Golf Club, the semi-private facility nestled along the north shore, the north point of Lake Waco, one of the few facilities in Texas to have a full 18-hole regulation golf course plus an executive 18-hole par 3 course at Lake Waco Golf Club on the web, lakewacogc.com. Remember, they have a bar and grill that is open to the public as well at Lake Waco Golf Club. And back for our final segment, and we'll get to birthdays in a minute. Talked about the trip to Houston yesterday. And Garrett, I told you yesterday morning, coming back, I had a plan. So driving back after the event, the Reds game at Seattle timed out perfectly for my drive back from Houston.
Nice.
So that was my plan. I thought that would keep me awake, and it did on the way back. Nice, easy trip, really. We ended up finishing there at 8:30. I left Houston, the Rustic, right off Highway 610 at 8:30 last night. Reds' first pitch in Seattle was 8:40.
All right.
Was 8:40 last night. And so I tuned into the game immediately. Stand by, we're still here. And listened to the game, and it was amazing. The final out of the game was recorded as I pulled in my driveway last night, 11:18 p.m. So I listened to the game the whole way. It took me all the way home, and it couldn't have timed out any better in the car. The whole way, final out. I wasn't going to sit in the car and listen to the end of it. Reds lost 8-0, but timing worked out perfectly, so I got to listen to that last night on the way home. All right, stay with us, and let's give you some birthdays to share here on this 21st day of July. Oh, it's Virginia Ellis's birthday. Virginia retired from the Baylor Women's Council, other things at Baylor, and such a great career for Virginia. Happy birthday to her. Davis Deaton's a good Baylor man. Happy birthday to him. David Saltzman, radio play-by-play TV down in the Houston area. Happy birthday to David today. John Elizondo's birthday is today. John worked in media here in Waco, now is in San Antonio doing great things. Happy birthday to John. Thomas Leith's birthday today. And Carol Cortez, her birthday is today. I was in school at Baylor with Carol Cortez, and we had, I think it was the last semester, we had a class, kind of an upper level radio, TV broadcasting class. So one of the last ones. So we had a big project to finish that. And they put us in groups. And I happened to be in the same group with Carol Cortez. The way I remember that is Carol was, I think most people in our class knew it. I'm not sure everybody did, but she was dating the professor. So, and they kept it as quiet, I think, as they could. But I was in the group with Carol. So at one point I'm thinking, yeah, I mean, we're golden here. He's not going to give Carol's group a bad grade on this project. and we did our work, and we did a good job, and we got a good grade. And I'm sure we
Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people. From first accounts to business growth, they actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Spring is sprung, and now's a great time to schedule a checkup for your vehicle. As Texas weather changes, it's important to make sure you and your loved ones are safe on the road. Request an appointment online at CompleteCarCareCenter.com today. We're equipped to handle all major and minor repairs on your vehicle. Our experienced technicians can check the health of your tires and inspect your vehicle for any unseen issues.
Kish Complete Car Care Center at 5300 Franklin, where we take pride in keeping individuals safe honestly.